We're back in Immortals Fenyx Rising. If you watched my previous video, you're probably aware of the fact that I ran into a save bug that cost me a bunch of progress, and I just really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to keep playing this game. And, that's happened to me before. One time when I played the original Splinter Cell, I got about 85% of the way through the game, and then the game crashed during a save and wiped my save file, corrupted it. I couldn't load the game anymore, and that was so frustrating. I couldn't start over. I couldn't even I actually didn't play the next two Splinter Cells because I was so frustrated by that lost progress. And so when I lost some progress in Fenyx Rising, I was kind of like, I might be done with this game. Maybe I'll move on to something else. But you know what? This game is such a fun, just like pastime. Like it doesn't have this like super engrossing story where you're like, oh no, what's going to happen next. It's not that kind of game. It's the kind of game that is just fun to wander around in and just get into little fights, find collectibles, solve puzzles, and it's such a great example of that kind of experience. I couldn't stop. Like, even though I hit that frustrating point, I put on a podcast or YouTube video, and I ended up going through a lot of those exact same puzzles I'd already solved, those same collectibles I'd already found, those same battles I'd already won. It wasn't that hard to do it, actually, because this game is just moment to moment, the tactile feel of being this character, the experience of wandering around in this world, how good it is at giving you lots to do without having to engage your full attention, so you can also make that time feel productive in other ways. This game is just the perfect example of that kind of game, the kind of game that fits into my life that way. So I'm back, even though, that save bug is real. In fact, my friend Jurgen just got the same bug in his game and was also frustrated by it. But this game ends up being worth it. And that is, when you ship a game that has a pretty horrendous bug in it. Like, remember that audio bug in State of Decay 2 that would actually, blast you and threaten to break your speakers periodically for no apparent reason? That was in the game for a couple of months before we managed to fix it. It was so humiliating, but some people still found enough value in our game to stick with us despite it, which was so nice, and we really appreciated the fact that the people didn't let that just end their enjoyment in the game. And so people were that kind to us, and I feel like it's worth it to have a game like that in your life that is so good that so good for your particular type of enjoyment that it's worth playing even when it frustrates you. So I thought this was a good time to do a stream of this game because I'm right at the beginning of the next sort of segment of my experience. So I haven't completely maximized the value of Eternal Spring. There's a collectible in here that I don't think I have all the powers yet that I need to get. I'm not even... There's a couple of these vaults where I don't even know how to get to them yet. So there's definitely some stuff I still need to do in the Valley of Eternal Spring. There's still... I think there might even be something in Clashing Rocks that I have... Yeah, there's a couple of collectibles here that I'm not sure how to get yet. So I haven't done absolutely everything in these older areas, but I've done enough that I feel like I'm ready to move on. So I'm going to move to the Grove of Kleos. And I don't know anything about this place, but the first step, whenever you go to a new spot, is to climb to the highest statue and survey it. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I felt like this was a really good time to get started, is because I'm right here at the beginning of a new area, and we can see sort of what that experience is like. Now, this is a very large thing for me to be climbing. Maybe there's a cleverer way to climb this place. For one thing, I just realized I can be jumping, which actually does save you stamina in the end. But I think I might have to be using some consumables to make it all the way up this face. If I had gone another way, a cleverer way, I probably would not have to be blowing consumables on this. Luckily, stamina consumables are among the cheapest because the mushrooms that fuel them are pretty thick on the ground, and I don't actually use them all that often. So
Athena's own skill inspired the Greeks to create beautiful clothing and tapestry.
She should have inspired them to create an elevator.
So I don't know if you can hear Zeus and Prometheus very loudly. Let me know if it's hard to follow their dialogue, because I like to keep the volume of the gameplay.
It's a pleasure.
Fenyx knew the
they're
owl
talking.
represented the wisdom of Athena. Wisdom she shared with mortal heroes on their quests.
Seems like a waste of good wisdom.
Seems like that's probably kind of quiet. So I think I'm going to raise the volume just a little bit, but let me know if like the ambient music or the combat sounds start to drown me out. Because it's always a balancing act, right? Because I want, to be able to talk through things like combat without getting drowned out and without making it difficult to hear my voice. But if I raise it too high, but if I keep it too low, you can't hear the dialogue when it pops up. And in this game, there's some games where the dialogue just mostly happens in cutscenes, and I can just turn up the volume during the cutscenes and then turn it down again when I get to the action. This game, most of the most interesting dialogue happens incidentally. It's the narrators talking in the background, and they can do that anytime. And so there's not really an easy way for me to just sort of like switch back and forth between loud and soft. I just got to pick a level and run with it. So Sangatsu said, this looks a bit like an MMORPG. So yeah, so having a huge environment to explore is a huge part of how this game sort of like makes itself attractive to you. The fact that you can sort of look around and just see the entire world and how huge it is compared to your tiny character, it's pretty inspiring. And I think that they were actually really heavily inspired, not by MMOs necessarily, but by Breath of the Wild. In fact, I think a lot of the most popular MMOs are the older ones, which just couldn't do this kind of draw distance on older machines. But like Breath of the Wild, for instance, does let you have, vistas this huge, lets you see most of the level at once. And so, yeah, this is pretty cool. So, it looks like it wants me to climb higher. So this is a statue of Athena, goddess of wisdom, right, I think? I'm kind of crap with my Greek mythology. But she's wisdom, she's got an owl. Okay, looks like, okay, oh. So, usually this character is just climbing up smooth surfaces, basically, like in Breath of the Wild. But you can tell this is also an Assassin's Creed team, because when your character hits sort of a boundary that's difficult to cross, then they do more of an Assassin's Creed leap from handhold to handhold to get there. All right, so yeah, okay, so right here you see this little icon. This is a place where you can do, so normally you can just zoom in and scout from anywhere, and you see all these icons, and if you, I think I felt a little vibration. Oh yeah, there's vibration right here. There you go. And you can reveal icons for activities and collectibles and puzzles and things like that that are scattered around the world. But that's normal surveying. What it doesn't do is remove the fog of war from the map and make it possible to navigate that way. So hit Y to scout, and now we get an Assassin's Creed reveal.
This land was bathed in Athena's wisdom, filled with temples dedicated to her skill and judgment. Sites of ancient mystery and dangers untold.
Nice. What's the rent like in this neighborhood?
Alright, so I've completed the Ascension, which I think means...
Fenyx beheld a magnificent structure, the Archives. A place to study the heroics and strategies of past glories.
Ah, that will be where Athena is then. She's got my tactical mind, you know.
But you love all your children equally, of course.
Ha! Good one!
All right, yeah, so now I've got access to this part of the map, which means I can also survey it for icons, fill those icons in, and sort of start making a plan for where I'm going to go. First, second, third, that sort of thing. And it looks like, yeah, Athena is going to be way down here at that building. So now I need to actually do the surveying, which, this is kind of, this is a decision that has trade-offs. The fact that it takes time to actually survey. Now, the good side of this is that it actually gets me looking at things, and it gets me wondering what's on the map. Like, not only do I see opportunities to reveal these icons, which is sort of, that's the simplest thing that I'm doing, but I'm also, I've got actual physical landmarks catching my eye, making me wonder what they're about. And that's good for the game. It's like when you're like an artist, you've built this beautiful world, you want the player to not just sort of blindly follow the icons, but actually get a chance to look at and appreciate the art. Because that, not just because, you know, people are just vain and want people to see their work, though that is true, but because the reason they put a lot of work into this art is because, you know, if you really sort of pay attention to it and you sort of immerse yourself in this beautiful world, that's part of this. That's one of the selling points of this game, of just the experience, is you get to live in this beautiful place that is, you know, it's more beautiful than reality in a lot of ways, and but it's really easy to sort of lose sight of some of the things that are good about the game that you're playing, including the you know, like if you just get really into sort of the Skinner box nature of a game like this, like, oh, it feels good to just, you know, chase these icons down and do whatever the icons say. It's really easy to sort of lose track of the fact that you're in a beautiful world, and you will have a better experience if you're noticing the beauty of the world than if you're just chasing icons. And so they're trying to, you know, make it like, you know, the process of finding the icons, because I want the icons. I do want to, you know, have that Skinner box experience. But while I'm doing that, they're making sure that I also see what the world is actually shaped like visually and physically. And they're not letting me get away with just chasing icons, which is good. You know, that is a good thing. The downside is this does take a lot of time. And I do wish it happened just a little bit faster. Maybe it's just a little bit easier to find these little nodes, because you can see kind of what's going. It's like I get to a place, so I get this tiny little icon, this little outline of my icon, and when I move, when I'm getting warmer, it gets tighter, and then when I get closer, I can actually reveal the thing. I'm also feeling vibration in my hands to sort of back up the visuals, but like, I don't know, like if I got a little indicator, for instance, there's a little subtle indicator right now pointing at the direction of the nearest you know, the nearest surveyable point, that would be nice, right? Like, give me a sense of where I should be going, so I'm not just sort of like, because when I don't have an indicator on the screen telling me that I'm right on top of one of these icons, there it is, then I got nothing, and I have to sort of randomly move around to try to find them. And it's the random moving around that feels like a waste of time. Feels like, oh, I don't even know if this is going to be worth it. And sometimes it isn't, you know, to randomly go over a certain area. So yeah, so I wish I had just a little bit more guidance, partly just make this experience go faster, and partly just make it less frustrating, or create less of a feeling that I'm sort of wasting time by poking around in a place that might or might not have an icon. So you do see these little glints where some of the things that I'm revealing have these little shimmers on them, little you know, coruscating glints, and those are helpful, but you don't get them on everything, because sometimes things are like behind obstacles or whatever, and they can be pretty subtle. So I think they probably added those at some point, probably to deal with this frustration of not quite knowing where to point my cursor next, but it's still pretty subtle. Right, that might have been the last one. That's the thing. It's like, maybe I've found the last icon I need to find. I don't know for sure, though. I mean, I think I'm going through all of the sort of empty spaces. Now, there are distant places that seem like, oh, there's probably an icon here, but I'm just not close enough. I think that I don't know if I can only do the ones in the realm that I'm currently in, or the ones that don't have Fog of War. I don't know what the rules are exactly for what icons I have access to and which ones I don't. It does feel like maybe I've gotten everything I'm going to get right now. So one thing you can do from here, which is great, and I kind of wish we could do in State of Decay, is mark places from survey mode. So like, let's say I want to go over here to investigate this place. So I can just mark all the things there, and now they're on my map. So now I can fly. Oh, wait a minute before I go. Did I see an ambrosia collectible? Yes, I did, over there by the owl. Okay, before I make that jump, let's go here and get this. I don't want to climb all the way up this again just to get that collectible. Now it's time to fly. since the last time I played, I've unlocked the ability to fly faster and more efficiently. So I can actually, I think I'm flying at a slightly higher angle, so I think I can get further, and it takes me less stamina to go the same distance. And it's pretty cool. Alright, so these ambrosia collectibles, these are how I upgrade my health. So they're usually a good thing to grab. Collect. There we go. Sangatsu asked if I nominated any game for the Steam Awards. Wait, are there Steam Awards going on right now? Because if so, no. I feel like the last time they did Steam Awards, I did nominate some games. I've completely forgotten what I nominated, though. It's been a while. I don't know what that garbage is. It's corruption. Destroy with a melee attack. Okay, cool. Oh, so this thing is up here, so normally it would be hard. Like, if I had started down below, it would have been difficult to get this because I would have to climb up to use a melee attack. Alright, are there any other things up here that I want to grab before I head down? It looks like not. Alright, let's head down then. I don't always have to
Fenyx
fly.
entered the courthouse. She found 12 chairs, one for each of the 12 Athenians who would decide the fate of the vengeful Orestes.
Ah, yes. 6 wanted him surrendered to the Furies, and 6 felt he should go free. Athena was the one who decided his fate.
Okay, so some kind of puzzle here. So it looks like this is a fresca puzzle, which means I've got to play this like sliding tile puzzle game. Problem is, one of the pieces is locked, and I have to figure out what to do to unlock this piece so that I can complete the puzzle. That's a pretty common puzzle pattern in this game, is that they'll give you one puzzle to solve, but they'll lock one of the pieces of the puzzle, so you have to solve a different puzzle first to unlock that piece, and sometimes they'll even chain like 3 of those together. Oh, up here. Yep, does require a melee attack. Okay. Can I even get up there with a melee attack, though? Oh, I forgot what my controls were. Just a second. We'll try this again, and this time I'll actually hit the right button. Okay, I tried to hit it. I wonder if I can zap to it. No, I can't zap to it. Let's see, what happens if I climb up here and then jump towards it? Like, again, I hit... So, here's a problem. Like, I played a bunch of State of Decay 2 since the last time I played Immortals. And so, I'm still thinking of X as being my melee button, not right trigger. So, playing games that have sort of a similar perspective and stuff like that, and that have you perform similar actions like aiming and shooting, jumping around, that kind of thing, it makes it really difficult when one thing is different. Yeah. So okay. So let's eject, and there we go. That's what we wanted to do. So, am I gonna have to find like 12 of these? Is that? Because that's a lot. It's a lot of weights. Feel like 12 is a lot. I feel like maybe there's no way that's what they're really asking me to do. Maybe there's some key around here that will tell me like that there's a limited subset of these chairs that I need to lay down. I'm not sure what exactly. Oh, what's this? Oh, here's another one. Holy crap. Is it really? I mean, maybe there really are 12 of these guys hidden around here. That seems so unlikely. That's just a lot of things to hide. But I don't see a key yet. Like, is there anything in this picture? Doesn't look like it. Taylor Star suggests that maybe the dialogue about the 6 Furies was a clue. It could easily have been, though. With my tendency to be listening to other things while playing this game, I'm pretty sure that in most alternate realities, I definitely missed that dialogue. So are you saying that... Oh, wait. Oh, look, there's a shield. Okay, there's 3 golden shields back here. What about back here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this one was already marked when I got here. So I think this is telling me the blocks belong on the golden shields. So I've already got that one on a golden shield. I've already got that one on a golden shield. Let's bring this one over. Okay, and so Taylor, the idea of there being 6 particular ones representing those 6 Furies, that makes sense. Now, especially that I've seen that there are 6 shields. So the question is, can I find 2 more weights? Got a bunch of fire here. I don't think there's anything I need to set on fire, though. Will I find all of them inside this building, or could some of them be outside the building? I don't feel like there's a lot of places left to search for weights. Can't open these, can we? I don't think so. Maybe outside? Oh, okay, we got a locked button. We got 2 locked buttons. This is going to be a chain of puzzles. Okay, what is this going to be? We got to run from... Wait, what? Okay. I kind of expected this to unlock the next button, but that apparently is not what it does. What does it do then? Oh, wait a minute. Did it unlock that? It might have unlocked that. I didn't see. Let's try it again. Or, oh, this one. Oh, it did unlock that one. All right, let's reset the puzzle. There's no way I have time to do it right. Hit that, and then yes. That, and then this, and then that, and then... No? Not this one? Okay, what's next then? Oh, it's this one. Okay, let's see how far we can get. I've probably screwed it up now, but... Three of them, huh? And so you have to pull your bow back for a certain amount of time to make the arrow go straight? Wow. Okay, that was a lot of work to get this one weight, but we've only got one left, so... Not too bad. By the way, enormous steps on these buildings. Were these built only for gods and not for people? Because, come on. Alright, so... Here's this one, so we just need to get one more, probably. If we're right about how this puzzle works. So... I'm betting this part of the world is done. Let's wander around a little bit more, see... Or something else might be. It's funny. So this propeller on the back is pretty funny. I like it, but it's always disconcerting when you've got like kind of a long intro animation to your sprint. I don't know what it is. It's like I just feel like it takes a long time to get into the sprint. Even though I think technically I do start moving quickly almost immediately. It's just kind of, it's weird to have this sort of repetitive movement right at the beginning. Yikes. So these little... Well, these guys have antlers around their health bars. I think it just means they're tougher than usual for that class of enemy. Oh, yikes, didn't see that guy coming. have been focusing on leveling up my stun ability, so you can see that I'm filling up their blue bars really fast. Ah, yikes, didn't dodge fast enough. I'm filling up their blue bars faster than I used to, which is nice. Oh, that guy did not stay stunned very long. Alright, so I think that those guys, their existence was locking this thing. But we've got it now, so we can take it straight in. The thing's heavy enough I can't run with it, unfortunately. Awesome Twitch dude said, would you regrow the mohawk if the petition got enough signatures? No, one of my favorite things about my hair is that I'm in charge of it. And so no, I would not give up my hair autonomy to someone else. I mean, one time I did actually have people vote on the color of my mohawk, but that was because I genuinely was just very amused by the idea of having a voted for mohawk. But no, I would not. Okay, so I think this is upper left, and this is lower left, right? Or this could be upper right. No, this has to be lower left because it connects to this one. So this is lower right. So this one's in the right position, I think. This one has to go over to the left, which is fine. So that's easy mode. But the challenge is going to be getting this one below this one. So what we're going to do is slide this guy down. By the way, so I used to, whenever my sister and I got piano lessons at the same time, back to back. And our piano teacher had tile sliding puzzles as sort of a way for each of us to keep ourselves amused while the other one was in piano lessons, and I got pretty good at them. So I like these fresco challenges because it sort of takes me back to those puzzles I liked when I was a kid. So all of this effort was for how many coins? Let's see. 4 coins. That's not too bad. I've had more before, but 4 coins isn't that bad.
With the death of my son, Icarus, I learned that my heart could be broken just as any other man. I had once believed myself superior. I now knew my flaws, my arrogance, my ambition. They defined me. I would have cut them out with a knife had I known how. I destroyed.
So yeah, so whenever you complete certain kinds of challenges, Daedalus has stuff he likes to say. Okay, let's go grab all this stuff over here at once. And it's kind of funny that because Daedalus is an inventor, they have him sound like an audio log, like from another video game, which is kind of funny. So actually, okay, so we're gonna go hit this one first, and then head up here to get these guys.
My wings. I offered them to Apollo as a sacrifice. No sacrifice could match my sin.
So before Daedalus started talking, I was going to point out the fact that one of my favorite things about this game is the fact that you've got your standard like chest opening animation and your coin grabbing animation and stuff. So they made, for each of those animations, they made a couple of different ones, like 2 or 3 different ones that are normal ones. And, like 30% of the time you'll get each of those. But I think like 10% of the time you get a really weird one, like where your character does some kind of pratfall. And I'm just incredibly amused by that because it just costs one extra animation for each of those, but it means that every time I open one, I'm excited and watching for maybe to get one of the silly slapstick versions of the animation. This is a lot of enemies and some particularly tough ones. Okay. Let's definitely do. Oh gosh, okay, not what I meant. Take that. Alright. This guy gonna attack me, or this lady, I suppose? Take that, Harpy. So when you successfully, when you successfully parry someone like that, the best thing that comes of it is not necessarily just avoiding the attack or even counterattacking them. It's the fact that they lose a ton of stun when you do that. So you can make more progress towards filling up that blue bar that makes them temporarily helpless by parrying them than you ever could by simply attacking them with your stunning attack. I'm wearing, I think it's my suit of armor. I think it's my suit of armor that gives me the ability to regain health whenever I completely stun an enemy. And so I really use that to my advantage. I don't use nearly as many health consumables as I normally would because that's what I'm doing. Hey there, Chimera. Let's just stay right away from that. Do as much damage as I can to all of your heads. Okay, fine. Get away! Oh. Definitely stay away from you when you're doing that nonsense. Did I? Okay, so one of my most effective attacks is actually this. Exactly. That's what I said. Okay, so because we defeated those enemies, this chest unlocked, and we're gonna get what? That little animation. Pop. Okay, so we got a new bow. So when you get a new weapon, the damage the weapons do is always the same. It's just across the board, they all do the same damage. The damage that you do is you do get weapon upgrades, but they apply to all of your weapons equally. Instead, these weapons differentiate themselves by special powers. So like right now, when my health is full, I do more damage with the bow, which is useful. However, a 33% chance to do triple damage on headshot. I like that better because, I often go down by like one segment of health and then I just lose this benefit altogether. This would be true all the time, and I am always trying to get the headshots. So I like that. Good. I like my bow better now. That was worthwhile. So now, my plan was to head this direction next. Okay, it looks like it is up from me. So let's grab our stamina back. So I had to unlock the ability to jump while climbing, but it is totally worth it. Because you go much faster, and you use less stamina per distance covered, which is great. It was frustrating, though, because being able to jump while climbing is such a common thing in games with this kind of climbing system. I mean, you could do it in Breath of the Wild right off the bat. It was weirdly frustrating before I realized you could buy that upgrade. I just thought the game didn't support that feature, and it was odd that it didn't support the feature. It's such a common feature. And I kind of felt handicapped by the lack of it. Are there things over here? I guess. Anyway, yeah, I felt like I was being held back, like I couldn't do a normal thing. It kind of reminds me actually a little bit of, we were toying with the idea of not having a jump button in State of Decay 2. But the reason we put one in, even though it's not extremely useful in the game, I mean, we need to climb up onto stuff. We use the jump button for that, but mostly it's climbing that you're doing, not really jumping. But we did do it just because people were so accustomed to the idea of having a jump button that it was just weird not to. People felt tied to the ground in an awkward way when they didn't have a jump button, and so that's why we put it in. So similarly, not having a jump button while I was climbing just felt really odd. And so yeah, once I bought the skill, it felt normal again that I could do this, But that is tough. Like when you're deciding what your upgrade system should be like in a game, you have to be very cautious with what players expect to be able to do natively before they've gotten any upgrades. Because if you just sort of make something an upgrade by basically, so players have a sense, and it's not always fair. Like the way that players imagine what they should have by default, it's made up. It's just as made up as anything else. I mean, it's based a lot on convention, on genre conventions and stuff. So it's not crazy, but at the same time, it's also kind of arbitrary what players expect to be able to do. But if you miss the mark, if you don't know what players are expecting, and you end up basically feeling like you've nerfed them in order to make them buy a power, or to just to have a power to offer them, that feels pretty bad. And it can be an arbitrary distinction. You know, it's like I was saying, I mean, like, why is it necessary for me to be able to do this jump climb move from the very beginning? It's not. Lots of games unlock powers that are not too different from that, but I don't know, for some reason in my head that was a natural power. That was the thing I should be able to do automatically. And so it was weird not to be able to do it. So what is this silliness over here? Oh, it's just glowing eyes? Okay. So nothing I can do with these things? Alright, well then I won't worry about it. So what am I trying to do right now? I'm trying to find the, you can see my compass up there. I'm trying to find this vault. I'm trying to find this chest. They're both down from me. So I think, yeah, I didn't need to climb this high. Unfortunately, the thing I don't have is the ability to hold down right click and reveal things, locations, like relative to me the way I can in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I keep trying it because I thought maybe their gullet would have an opening, but it doesn't. I keep trying it because it works in Valhalla, but yeah, doesn't really exist here. So so now the vault is above me. So somehow I gotta tunnel into this thing. Gotta find a doorway, an entrance of some kind. It might be at this level, or it might be down below, and maybe I'll have to go down below, find a door, and then climb up again to get to the vault. But one thing I'm interested in, there's a doorway over there that had a resource on top of it. That might be worth going after. There's a bunch of stuff down here too.
Looks like I'm missing something. I'll come back later.
Okay, so there's a power I haven't unlocked yet that I need in order to get through whatever challenge this is. So maybe this challenge is what unlocks the stuff I was after. Alright, so maybe it's worth it just to ignore this entire section for right now. I appreciate them telling me, but no, what? What did I do? Oh, I looked at somebody else's photo. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to make the pin go away. Okay, so I'm just consider this is future development up here. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go down to Myth Challenge Odysseus. Let's just mark all the ones that are in this area and head that direction. It's maddening to just look over this terrain and just realize how many things there are to do. I mean, it's fun to have so many things to do, but it's also like, oh man, how am I going to get all that done? Where do I want to start? I want to start with I kind of want to start with the purple one, even though it's further away. I can like, it also is probably the simplest one to get. The yellow one is probably going to take the longest. So yeah, I think I'm going to head for the purple one first and then backtrack. And once we've gotten through the yellow one, I think maybe that's going to be where we cut off the stream. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe if all of these things are like just as inaccessible as the last thing I investigated, then maybe I won't want to cut it off at that point. I want to cut it off on a success, not on a locked door. Oh, so the Magic Mick asks, what do the coins do? So I got 4 coins for that. What does that mean? So if you look at my skills, so these skills, if I go back to my like home base, I'll be able to use my, in fact, it even shows me how many, like if I wanted to spend 5 coins, I could get these abilities. Actually, I assumed that I had to go back to the base to unlock abilities, but maybe I don't need to. Well, I think everything, swim dash. Let's see if we can buy this. Okay, we can't. Okay, so if I go back to my home base, there's a spot I can go to where I can spend these coins. I can spend these coins to unlock special abilities. Telekinesis gathering. Oh, that sounds very convenient. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the session with whatever collectibles I've collected. I think I might have enough to upgrade my health. where were my... There we are. This is where we're headed. Oh, this is a vault. This is going to take some nice time. Haha! Nice shot, right? So I had to unlock that ability, but it's great. So the last bird like this that I... Oh, yikes. What happened? The last bird like this that I fought had... It was like a unique boss bird. And so it had way more health and stamina. Dealing this much damage to this bird in particular is just very satisfying to me. So sometimes you'll execute a perfectly timed dodge without realizing it, like you'll be dodging something sloppily, but it will just so happen that another attack is coming in that you weren't quite anticipating. When that happens, it's great. Because then you get that slowdown move and you weren't even expecting it. It just feels like a special bonus. Alright, so we defeated those enemies. Let's hop into the vault. Wait, what's this? What? Ah! What are you? There's two of you now? Not doing well. Okay. That was better than not dodging him, I guess. Did not expect these guys. I've never fought those guys before. I really should have snuck up on them. That would have been way better. Anyway, hop into a vault. So these are sort of your little dedicated puzzle areas. They're basically a place where the game can give you a very constrained, very focused puzzle that doesn't have to deal with all the complexities of being in the open world. It's a lot like the very similar areas in Breath of the Wild, though definitely more open feeling since I'm floating in space, and it's just a perfect place for an acrophobe. Alright, so I'm trying to get this. Can I fly? I can't. But I think I can run. So maybe I can clear this gap. Maybe I cannot, however. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to throw it. But it's one of those poorly constructed blocks, and so I'm not sure I can throw it without damaging it. We'll try it. Yeah, that's a problem. What can I do? Oh, wait a minute. I wonder, can I throw it and then catch it? Oh, no. No, I'm just going to kill myself. I don't quite know what I thought I was doing right there. It was not what I actually did, though. I was going to try to jump across... Oh, wait, I know what to do. This is... Why did I not think of this? Obviously, what I need to do is set it down, jump across myself first, and then grab it from across the chasm, obviously. Alright, so set that down, and now the platform's moving. Hello, platform. So, you notice that column of light in the distance? Oh, it just pulls it this way. So I have to actually pick it up to get it to go the other way. Interesting. So, they really use these challenges to try to... Wait a minute. No, don't do that. Drop. Why? Okay. They really use these challenges to try to, like, show you all the finest details of the systems, you know, make you think through, not just sort of take them for granted and use them for their most obvious benefits, but see they just explore all the little edges of what your abilities can do here, which is kind of fun. So anyway, that column of light in the distance. So this is something they don't really explicitly tell you. You kind of have to figure it out. That each of these vaults has got a destination you're trying to get to, which I think is that spot way over there. But they also always have an optional destination where you can get some piece, like an equipment upgrade. Usually is what you'll get there, and I like the fact that they're so explicit about it. Like they put the yellow column on the side quest, so you always know, like, okay, I want to go towards the yellow column, get my side quest taken care of, rather than heading towards the destination, leaving and then forgetting to grab the side quest item. So the side quest item is actually easier to see from the beginning of the level than the final destination is, which I like because, there's always a struggle when you're navigating a game that you know has a lot of side content and collectibles and stuff like that, is you always want to go for the collectibles first and avoid the main line until you know you've gotten everything. And the game does a good job of, once you understand what's going on, the game does a good job of communicating with you where exactly you want to go and do if you want to be a completionist. Now, I had to learn it from trial and error, basically, because the game doesn't actually explicitly tell you that that's how it works, but whatever. So we've got this guy, that guy, and that guy. Alright, so I think it's trying to teach me about the resilience of these different materials. Like, throwing that one, it's going to survive. And the other two might not. If I had thrown this one, I think it would have broken. And similarly, I think if I had thrown the rock that far, it would have broken. Oh. What? Is this just on a cycle? Okay, good. It is on a cycle. So, I don't know that I'm going to need all three of these blocks down there, but I'm just assuming I will. Probably the longest, the vault that took me the longest, was there was one where there was a series of puzzles that involved, moving these... No, not that one. That one, idiot. Okay, anyway. There's a series of puzzles that involve picking up larger blocks like this and moving them around. And if at the very end, if you wanted to get the side quest, if you wanted to get the extra collectible, you had to actually have nearly all of the blocks from the entire level in one place to make a giant stack to get to it. And I didn't realize that the first time I went through it, so I had to go back through and scour the level for all the blocks. The second time I went through it, because I lost that save and I had to redo it again, and that was actually the part that I was the most reluctant to redo because it had taken so long. The second time through, I just brought all of the blocks with me the entire time, and it went a little bit more smoothly. I actually managed to break a couple of them. I had to still go back and get them, but it still was not as time-consuming as the first path through. Okay, so I want to get up there. How? How will I get up there? Maybe with something over there? What else could it be? It seems like getting up on top of that is the key. There's also something that will spawn in up there. Maybe I could get to it from on top of this platform? But generally, you can't climb these walls. You can climb walls in the open world, you can't climb them here. That's actually, I think, one reason why they put these in separate areas, so they can make the rule that you can climb practically everything in the open world, and if they want a place where you can't climb in order to make a puzzle work, they put it in a vault. Okay, so I don't know how to get to the side quest area, and sometimes I think the side quest areas will actually involve skills that your character doesn't necessarily have. And so you might have to sometimes come back. So when you've completed everything you can do in a vault, they close the door to the vault, so you can't get back in. When you get to the destination but you don't get the side quest item, they change the color of the vault. It goes from red to gold, so oh, there is still something there that I need to get. But it's not the normal thing. It's not the... I've done something here. I just haven't done everything. Okay, so we got that. Then, somehow I need to get these guys over there. That's gonna be, maybe I haven't tested the rock out yet. Maybe the rock can make it. I don't think I'm sure the rock can make it, and unfortunately, it seems like it'll probably be a hassle to get this rock back. So yep. The rock broke, but it still set off the trigger. Unfortunately, I don't have... I mean, the wood one is definitely not going to make it. Can I get there? I think I can. Oh no, but not if I don't hit the right button, I can't. Well, garbage. Okay, so I wonder if hitting the 2 triggers first is it going to be better than hitting the 1 trigger. Okay, let's try this again. Notice each time I fall, I lose 1 segment of health, and it's really predictable. Which is nice, because then I know I don't need to use a health consumable right now. So one thing I don't know is I don't think I can attract a carryable from this far away. I don't know that for sure. I think that this lowered platform here is just giving me a place to land when I glide, because I always lose altitude when I glide. But yeah, we'll have to see. Hold on. So let's throw this guy over at the other switch and see what happens when both these switches go down. I'm pretty sure there's just going to be more staircases, like just the rest of that same staircase. But let's find out. Well, that was garbage. Okay, well, I guess we'll fly here and finalize it. Hey, let me up there. Yeah, so I forgot. The stone breaks, but it breaks into usable chunks. The wood breaks, and it breaks into nothing. Okay, so it could be that maybe if I set the wood on these steps, I'll be able to reach the wood from the other platform? Or something? Let's just pretend we think that's likely to be true. Yeah, I'm using the ability to try to... It does look like it's way too far away. Yeah, I can't get it from here. What am I missing? I mean, I can make this stuff go up. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Hold on a second. I just realized both of those pieces of stone were not on the trigger. This one's not on it. I can actually hold both of these down with just the stone. And then, can I even get this thing safely back? Yes, okay, cool. Okay, so now... So I don't even need to use the wood for this. I can just send the heavy block over. I think the longer I hold it, yeah, the further I throw it. There. Oh, come on. All right, so grab this guy. So now we get the whole staircase, but I still don't know how I'm getting over there. So there's a button up here. I like the fact that I can fire these arrows and sort of scout out the place. Let's look at it all from a high angle. Now it could be... Oh, there's a heavy platform there. A switch to probably spawn the thing I need. Alright. Is there a way... I don't think there's a clear way to get up here from here. I don't think I can climb this. If I could get up here, then I might be able to fly over there. Oh, maybe not, though. Yeah, that's even higher, so probably not. Can I get there from... Well, let's go up these stairs and see if we see anything new from up the stairs. Feels like these stairs were made specifically to let me carry this thing up. Okay, so I can progress towards the end now, but how the heck am I supposed to get this stuff? I mean, again, it could be a skill I don't have yet. I don't know what the full range of potential skills here is. I don't see... there's nothing for me to shoot. Somehow, I'm supposed to end up here pushing this button to make something spawn here so I can put it on that pressure plate. That feels straightforward. Just I don't know how I get up to that button. Wait a minute. This column here. Is there somewhere I can jump to that column from? Well, not from up here, certainly. But, like... Can I get on top of this? No. No, I cannot. I think they deliberately broke it at an angle like that. Dang. Just thinking, like... Can I get up on this? I can't grab its ledge. Okay, I can get up on it. Does that net me anything? Can I get... I don't think I can get over there. And then back... That seems crazy. I'm going to try it anyway. Yep. Can't do it. Okay. Ah! And I'm assuming that I can't chop these down. I don't know even why that would be valuable. Zaltha Ruff says, I can't play puzzle games too well. My brain isn't big enough for that. Well, looks like we're straining the edges of what my brain can handle, too. So I don't think I can get... Yeah, I can't really jump high. If I can get on top of that, I feel like maybe I could double jump over there and then up there. Oh, this is so tantalizingly almost accessible. I don't think these... I think these green things are just lights. I don't think that these are tied into the puzzle in any way. Yeah, and I don't think this can, like... Yeah, no, can't get there. Dang. Is there some... I mean, I don't think there's a way I can... Those weights that I was carrying around are small enough. I don't think I can use them to, like, stack to let me get higher. Could I? I am kind of close to... no, there's no way I'm close enough to the height of that thing that's standing on top of the... Am I going to have to try it? I'm going to have to try it, aren't I? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Can I make it? Yes. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to try it. We're going to undo everything we just accomplished. Just because I have to satisfy my curiosity about whether or not we can actually do that weird thing I was saying. So let's start with the heavy one. See if we can make a stack to stand on top of to jump to that column. This is probably the stupidest thing, and there's no way it's going to work. And there's probably some other obvious solution that's much better than what I'm trying. But this is all I can think of right now. And I don't want to come into this vault again. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to partially finish this vault. Just because that's frustrating. Let's see. I've still got a handful of folks watching this nonsense that I'm doing. Alright, so can I just... Oh my gosh. And no. I can't actually do it. Oh, why did I think I could? That was silliness. Alright, so I can't stack them there. I'm assuming that I also can't stack them here. Right? They don't go high enough to make me reach this, do they? Let's try it, but because I mean I've already undone the puzzle, so why not? Oh, that didn't go very well. Hold on. Let's try that again. Whatever. No. Let's try one more time. Perfect, standing me the good. Well, one more try, because I think you can get a higher first jump if you hold down the button. Oh, but I think you're still capped at how high your second jump will take you. Okay. This is absolute silliness. I should just say I can't do this right now and give up. Except she hasn't told me I can't do it. That's the thing. It's like, so there's other places where she's like, oh, I guess I just don't have the power to do this right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. She hasn't said that about this. Now, it's side content, and so maybe she doesn't have to. Maybe they assume that, you know, I'll realize that it's okay if I can't do it. Having these seams, by the way, are in the middle of these columns is so tantalizing, because that is exactly how you would climb that column in Assassin's Creed. But yeah, I don't think there's a way up there. Alright. Well, I think I've tried everything I can, so I think either they're going to reveal some clever way further on down the line that will allow me to get up there, and I'll just feel silly for wasting all this time now, or I really just can't do it with the power I have right now, and I'll just have to deal with that, or I totally can do it, and I'm just missing some obvious thing. I don't know which is true. It's one of those three. But either way, I'm not going to try to get that side collectible right now. Instead, we're going to move forward. I wonder if I can shatter this into 2 blocks and have both of them land where they should. Nope, we got neither, but that's fine. These 2 little adorable pebbles are just the best. Alright, grab the little guy. Come up the stairs. Drop off here, and then here we have a signal that I'm done with these blocks because it has me flying to the next area, and you can't fly with blocks. So So you know you're done with the blocks. Let's go this way. Now we got a checkpoint. So still, you gotta wonder. Yeah, flying from here? Nope. Still could not get to that place. Alright. Well, here's another of these and another of those. Ooh, if I took these all the way back... No, shut up. Alright, they're both breakable. I don't know what this is going to do. Probably take me up to that platform up there. So I can fly down to that platform. I don't think I can grab something from across. So I think I do have to throw something. I think this is the only one that will survive in any form, so this is the one I'm gonna throw. Not the greatest aim. No. This one. Okay, so that opens up this pathway, which is good for what? Not much. Can't get up any higher. Might be able to get across. So let's set this down here and try to jump this. Yes. Alright. Let's grab it. And get all the way to the top. Again, don't think I could get to the side collectible from here. Oh, starting to yawn. Okay, what? The thing moved halfway down. Alright, can I reach that from here? No. I can't. Oh, but I can reach this. Does that matter? I think maybe so. So maybe eventually I'll gain the ability to gain more height, and that's how I'm going to fly to that place. I don't know. Oh, what? I'm supposed to get all three over here? What? No? That's ridiculous. Okay, gotta think this through. The wooden one. Oh. Oh, duh. Oh, duh, of course. Okay, hold on, I gotta... You know what? Rather than trying to move things around, I'm just gonna go backtrack all the way to the beginning and do it over again. I'm so silly for missing the obvious. Okay, let's just get this guy back. Put this one on the platform, idiot. That's what I need to do. Put it on the platform. Then throw this. Then pick one up. Take it upstairs. It's interesting how they decide what things you can and can't do while you're holding something, and it actually varies depending on the weight. Like, I can jump and mantle while holding this. I can't flap my wings though. But if I was carrying a heavy one, I also couldn't jump. So, grab this boy. Set him down. Ooh, careful. And then pick him up. Let's just set both of them down on more stable ground, because we're going to have to move that other guy too. And then, can I reach that guy from here? I think... Oh, but I probably will be able to get to him from up there, so let's just move these guys up there. And then this one. Right here. Let's make sure we can get it. Yes, we can. Wow, this is actually coming together. Alright. Gotta make it nice and symmetrical. Big one in the middle. Little ones on the outer edges. I do just intrinsically like puzzles like this that are about using pieces to create the path for those very pieces to get to the end. It almost feels like the, you know, like, was it a fox, chicken, and grain crossing a river puzzle? Feels just like that. Lee Mason says it's always the obvious. Ha. Yeah. Well, that is gorgeous. Okay, so I got some Zeus's Lightning, which is what I use to upgrade my stamina, but I need more of that than I have, so I can't do it yet. That took a little longer than I expected it to. I wonder if we really have time to go and do the rest before I just fall asleep. So notice the gold color. That means that I've left something behind that I need to go after yet.
My perfection will yet wash over this land.
They're doing their best to make sure that I get to hear the voice of the main enemy, even though I don't really fight the main enemy directly throughout most of the game. They find these excuses to get his voice in, just so I remember who he is. I don't just lose track of him. You know, they want to have an emotional connection between you and the ultimate baddie. All right, this probably won't be too bad. Let's try to complete that first goal that we have before we go. Oh, that is bold. So every third shot of mine or so should do triple damage. Yeah, it looks like at 131 was triple damage. You notice I got some health back when I stunned that guy. Definitely use an extension to at least stunned if I can. Ah! Is that everybody? I think that was everybody. Okay, looks like we got some complicated nonsense going on up here. What do we gotta do? First open this. Okay. Here's a weight. To be used where? No idea. Here's this. Oh, neat. Okay. So they all hit each other. That was kind of cute. Okay, so I pushed that button. That lit up that crystal. I need to light up both crystals. So what do I do over here? Oh, there's where the weight. That's what the weight's for. So let's grab the weight that we found. They often will use these little ghost characters as hints, like say, hey, have you looked over here? Because, you know, this is a fairly busy environment, it's easy to miss subtle details, and so they just use that as a little tiny highlight sometimes. Okay, so let's see, that does about half the way to... Oh, by the way, I love these pressure plates. Look at this. I need 2 of this in order to light up the pressure plate. It's so simple and clever. I weigh half as much of this as this thing. Okay, so this is locked, and... Oh, okay. Looks like... Aha, okay, so let's pull this over here. And then pull it over here. Weigh it down. Unlock this one. Set this one on the pressure plate. That unlocks this switch. You see what I was saying about the cascading puzzles, right? It's like you have to solve one puzzle to unlock a switch that's intrinsic to another puzzle, which then unlocks a switch which is, intrinsic to another puzzle. Yay, red-headed lion head. So like I had to use this weight to set up that, which opened this weight to set up that, which opened this switch, which partially opened that. It's just these long, complicated chains. But the messaging about it is all really clear. It's like you can always see, oh, this thing's red. I can't use it yet. And it's all just
Fenyx
really, really clear.
discovered the temple of the once beautiful Medusa, the snake-haired monster of legend.
I've seen worse.
So you come to recognize these puzzles. The first time I saw one, I was like, what are these axes? And it became pretty clear after a while. So the orientation of the last axe you pass through gives you a hint about where the next one is likely to be. It helps you navigate a little bit. Okay, so we got some more Charon coins. And it looked like there were some collectibles over where my lit arrow landed, so I should go over there too.
Athena aided Perseus to behead the monster, for Medusa had bragged that she was as beautiful as Athena.
Of course. Athena does all the work and the mortal takes the credit.
Gods in these stories are so petty.
Mortals are idiots. Hey, a bunch of statues. Bet I totally won't get petrified.
Perhaps these warriors knew the risk, but fought on anyway, to protect those they love.
The way the enemies just fly away in this game is amazing. Chickens are freaking dangerous, don't judge me. So since I'm here, I just have to grab every collectible I can. Including these lovely health potion ingredients. Alright, but we have satisfied our goals in this region. Done all of these things, and so now it's time to head back to our home base, which is all the way over here, but we can fast travel. And then we're going to try to spend some of our ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten. What I mean, they're well-gotten gains. I got them very well.
Deep down, you know I am right.
I don't care what you're saying, Tartarus. These animations are so over the top. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. He's doing something. I don't want to deal with this right now. quickly, let's look at our skills. So I'm actually interested in grabbing these. So now I can swim faster, collect ingredients more efficiently, and I think that's all I can afford to do. Everything else costs 5, right? I assume this category, everything also costs 5. Yeah, nothing here that I can afford. This animation creeped my kid out when he watched it. He's like, her eyes turned blue. Ah! Like, yep. That's what happens when you use the spice. Let's have a look at this real quick. This is where I upgrade my weapons, but when you can upgrade a weapon, they put a little extra pip down here to show you that there's an upgradable spot. And it looks like I don't have enough of any of my resources to do it. I can make another potion. Let's do that. There we go. Stirring stuff. Yes, yes, yes. You can skip these cutscenes, by the way, if you want to. And then, oh, are there any potion upgrades I can afford? Nope, they cost 16 amber. I only have 5. Alright, well, okay, when this storm is going on, what that means is there's like a special bad guy who wants to fight me. So he's not going to come up to the Hall of Gods, so I've got to head down. And then I think I'll get attacked by something. And then if I defeat that thing... What? Is it behind me? Oh. I'm seeing... Ah, oh, it's just... I'm trying to... It's attacking me with meteors. Alright, fine. And I think if I win a fight, I think this state will go away from the map. I thought... Oh, wait, no, last time it wasn't a combat that happened just in the middle of the open world. I actually... Last time the world was like this, I actually had to go into a particular vault to put an end to it. So I don't know. I don't know how to make this stop. I mean, is it going to tell me on the map? Is there a place I can go? I mean, here's my main quest that I'm tracking, but it doesn't seem relevant. The last time, it's like, so last time I completed one of these main quests for a goddess, towards the end, they unlocked a vault where I could go and get into like a final fight with one of the servants of Tartarus, one of the wraiths of the heroes he's captured. And once I did that, this sort of like red meteor storm went away. But since I don't have one of those available, I don't know what's going to make this go away. Well, I guess this is a problem for another time. It's getting really, really late. I don't think I'm going to solve this right now. So, I guess it's time for us to get out of here. But, oh, here you are. Hello. That's Immortals Fenyx Rising.
Typhon's rage and corruption were
Wait a
powerful,
minute. Discovered?
but Fenyx slipped through his clutches.
It said I've discovered a wraith lair. Okay. So where is this wraith lair? I don't see... Oh, there's the icon up there. Okay, so I guess I need to go get into this fight, and that will stop this nonsense from going on. Okay, I've got an answer to my question at least. And oh, and it looks like... Okay, it looks like it calmed down on its own. So maybe that event was just there to unlock the wraith lair and get my attention on it, but now it's calm again? I don't know what's going on. So anyway, it's, you know, Immortals Fenyx Rising is not always the easiest game to understand how it comes together. It doesn't walk you through a specific series of events. It doesn't have a main quest for you to get on and off. It's just got a lot of things going on, and it's very systemic, and you'll just learn how things work. So I'm still having a great time with this, even though I had that save bug, lost a bunch of progress. I got the progress back, and I'm still going strong. And I kind of don't expect to stop playing this until I've done way, way more of it. It's just kind of my go-to relaxing pastime of a game. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. Let's, put up the end screen stuff. You can subscribe if you want to. I think a lot of you already have subscribed. So thank you for being here. And, yeah. Immortals Fenyx Rising.